To be present, we must be intentional, and to bear fruit, we must feed the soul. You're listening to Positive and Ponder. In 3, 2, 1. Hello, Ponderers. Welcome back to another episode of Positive and Ponder. It's been a while, but I think it really gets busy in the beginning of summer, and so much has been happening behind the scenes, but we're so grateful to be here. As you can see, we have a different environment today, and actually you can hear the ambiance of the birds chirping. We are at Aleena's house. So grateful for her to host us this evening. As you can see, we have a spread of food today, not sponsored by Akira, but we got some sushi. And yeah, we're just really excited to have this podcast with you guys after having it be so long, but we have a lot to catch up on, and I've been looking forward to talking and catching up with my girlies. And Mary actually will be hosting and leading today's discussion, which I'm super excited about. Yay. It's good to be on the other end. I love being asked questions, and I can't wait to hear your guys' perspectives. But before I pass the baton, how has your guys' summer been so far? Oh, it's summer now, right? No, it's like the peak.
Well, technically,
it's still spring.
The first day of summer, the summer solstice is June 20th.
Oh.
But, like, technically, it's summer,
Yeah. Maybe we just have summer frenzy, summer fever. Yeah, but how's it been so far, guys?
Oh, take it. Do you want me to answer?
Oh.
Okay. I mean, it's nice. I have to switch out my clothes now because it's getting hotter.
I know.
So, because I think I have too many clothes, so I have to, like, swap them every season. So, there's that. But I'm glad we can start wearing, like, shorts and stuff.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, it's not too, like, layery.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Aleena?
Yeah, I think my summer or spring has been going pretty well so far. I went to the beach on Monday, which was something I really was looking forward to. It's been on my bucket list just to go spontaneously to watch the sunrise for a couple of months now. So that was really healing for me. And nature sounds like the birds chirping, or like when you hear the waves crashing on against the shore, it's like wow, like I can really see why people just want to live by the beach, and it's just so calming and nice and so healing. But I love summer. It's my favorite season, so I can't wait for more adventures.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh. And people say that, those who live by the beach, they're just way more chill because, naturally, if you're by the water, you're energized in that way. And so, yeah.
Like island time.
Yeah, island boys.
Pauline, how was your summer or summer?
My summer, thank God, but I've been traveling these past few weekends, kind of like back to back, or I would have an event. So I'm really grateful for that, even. But I feel like I haven't taken the time to settle just yet and have full rest. But the warm weather definitely excites me, especially with the kids at work. It's really fun to figure out what cool creative activities I can do with them. But yeah, I'm just really curious and excited to see what this summer brings. I'm kind of approaching it in whatever happens. I'm not really setting legit big plans, which I think is a good thing too. Not always having a plan is kind of the direction I want to go for these next months. As I have other things in my life that I need to manage, I'd love to just let summer activities just happen spontaneously, which, yeah, fun. Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. So like I said, guys, and this might be a mix of ASMR. We're going to try our best not to disgust you with our chewing. But, this is really fun. I've always wanted to do this.
This is actually really fun.
Yeah. And so, I wanted to pass the baton to Mary as she has prepared a very fun and I think It's a deep topic, but I think it'd be give us more insight about each other and learn from each other and our experiences with this. So take it away, Mary.
Oh my god, I'm nervous now. Oh my god. Well, okay, I'll explain why. Well, actually, so today's topic is actually like about body positivity and how our individual journeys for body positivity has grown with us as people. So now that the weather is getting warm, I pitched the idea to Pauline and thought like, oh, why don't we like talk about how our growth as people with our body has been while we're getting older. We can see a little bit of skin as the sun is getting in our faces. So that's the cliff notes of our topic for today. I do have some questions, but we can always go on tangents if we needed to, so we don't have to like follow anything. But so for this question I have, what does it mean to love your body? I don't want to say it's a vague question, but it can go different ways because people have different definitions of it. So
I can go. Yeah, so what does it mean to love your body? I think it just means like, taking care of it, and sometimes you just do need that discipline to make sure that you're taking care of your body, because this is the only body you'll have, right? Like maybe you'll have parts of other bodies in you, like
Donors?
Yeah, donors, or
Okay, donors.
if you need like a new like a heart open surgery or something like that. But other than that, like you only have one body that you're blessed with, and you have to take care of it, because that is what's holding your soul. Oh my gosh, this got so deep already.
well, on the first question.
I know, right? But especially getting older, and watching our parents get older, they're not as strong, I guess, as they could have been back in their days.
Back in my day.
And yeah, just really taking care of it, making sure you go to your regular checkups, and making time for exercise and being intentional with what you eat as well, because when you take care of your body, it really shows on the outside, right? There's a lot of things that can show on the outside, like your clothes or like whatever you wear, or like your personality, but if the way you take care of yourself really also shows how you carry yourself as well.
Yes,
That's
the
so
birds
true.
are agreeing.
I said, preach, Aleena, preach.
Wow. The question was like, what is loving your body?
Like in
you?
your perspective, yeah.
I can't say that, and I'm sure we're gonna dig deeper with the other questions that you have, but like, I can't say that I've loved my body entirely for my almost 25 years. But I have learned to along the way. I don't think I loved it before, but I'm starting to now as I get older and start to learn more about my body. Especially as women, like our body changes from the inside out.
Oh,
Whether we
100%.
like it or not, like we're just never gonna look like what we looked like 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
That's so true.
But I think loving your body is just appreciating me personally, like what the body that God blessed you with, and we all come in different shapes and sizes, and I think just embracing, what people might see it as weaknesses, as strengths, about my body, or just enjoying the little parts of it, whether it's curves or even just like a little pudge. Like it's just a reminder of, that we're human and we're not supposed to look like, even our eyes, just our appearance and our facial structures. Like I don't think anyone has like perfect, what's it called? Symmetrical faces.
Oh yeah.
If like you were to split in the middle, like it's just like this eye is different than that one. And I think that in itself is really cool. So yeah, just loving, okay, again, it was a journey, but just loving and taking care of your body. And for me, I think health has been priority over like aesthetics and fitness. So yeah, just taking care of your body, and like you said, you only have one body, so treat as if today is your last day. So but that may be different some days, 'cause I'm like, I'm about to eat all of this right now.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Taya, my dog loves your body. Like she licked you. What you were saying.
Taya.
She loves it.
Aw.
I think my definition is also similar to Pauline's. It's like I don't love it, but I'm loving the progress of it instead of wanting to rush to a certain body type that I want to be. I mean, there is a goal to it, but it won't get there so fast. So definitely loving the process and like taking care of your health and stuff like that is probably the definition for me too. So
Nice.
yeah.
I guess when you're thinking about like loving your body, it changes. Like, you know, like the things that I didn't love before, I'm like embracing now. So yeah, I guess that's my follow-up question to that. Like, what was it like when you didn't love your body? Like, how were you even in that, I guess, phase or season of your life, and compared to now, or where you are now in terms of where you see your body?
Oh, okay. I think because every time when I talk about like my body, because I've been like going to the gym and stuff like that, I've noticed like I haven't been as active as I was in high school. So I thought back then I was like, ew, I don't like my body, or like, which was surprising now because realizing that I'm not as fit, or like I don't do so much activities nowadays. It kind of took a toll. So now it's like, oh, I don't like it, but I want to work back to like the body that I used to have, if that makes sense. Yeah. What was the question again?
Yeah, just like, when was a time you did not, I guess, adore or love your body, and why?
I think mine started when I was like in middle school, because I started to get really chubby, and I was like, oh no, like I was like, man, like I'm not used to. Or I think the earliest was like I was like in elementary school, and then there was like we were like talking as kids, and then like it came to me, and I was like, am I like, you know, like kids, they're just so unfiltered. I was like, am I skinny, medium, or
Medium?
right? And then I was like, oh, I was expecting them to say skinny, and they were like, you're medium, and I was like, huh? No, but that's good. It's like that's fine. I mean, but I was just like, ever since as a kid, like you're so self-conscious, well, not self-conscious, but you're aware how there's different body types, and of course you would want to have like an ideal one, and you know, with the beauty standards nowadays, like sometimes like what you see is it's not real, or like it's Photoshop. But I think when I was like in middle school, that's when I started getting like a little bit chubbier and stuff, because you know, when you're like at 12 years old, developing, then like start growing and stuff. And then I remember I was like in 7th grade, and I was like doing sit-ups, because I was like, oh no, I like want that flat stomach, and and I was like, shoot, why isn't it working? I'm working so hard. I'm
Oh my gosh.
pinting. I'm like, what's going on? But I think it's also like the health journey that you go on, and you start to learn like certain things. Like you can't just target one area of your body. Like I think it requires like also, I think, cardio, like that you have to pair it with. But yeah, it's just also, your health journey is also a learning journey at the same time, and learning what works for your body, and learning why other people's bodies are like this. Maybe it's because of genetics, or maybe it's because of like, I don't know, like plastic surgery or something.
Plastic surgery.
Yeah, but being more accepting, and you know, seeing what you can and what you can't control, like what you eat and what you exercise, is I think was really paramount for me throughout, like learning to really love and take care of my body. Yeah.
I think probably the beauty standards back in like 2012 were kind of different from
What
like,
was it before?
I don't know, skinny sticks. I don't know.
I mean, the thing was skinny jeans, so you had to fit in
Oh.
those skinny jeans.
Like a thigh gap.
And then I'm realizing,
Yeah.
you know, I don't look good in skinny jeans. This is not for me, and I thought it was for me. Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, because I mean, the beauty standards are pretty good now.
Yeah.
I want to say, because we've developed to like learn there's different types of bodies. Because when Aleena was mentioning about like when she was 12, I was like, I kind of had that same I kind of had that same experience too with middle school. I don't know. I just remembered like I would try to do cardio sometimes in the house, and then there would be days when I eat like just salad. I don't know why I did that, because I was like, oh, I want to get skinny.
Right.
But that's such a bad mindset thinking back at it now, because it wasn't not like the healthy direction to go to.
You felt like more like you had to just because that was your idea that
Yeah.
like skinny people just eat salads all day. I mean, that could be the case, but
It could
Salads
be.
and celery.
But now it's like, oh, you can do whatever you want, because everybody has like a different pace of stuff, of like how they want to get to their ideal body. So it's not more of like, oh, you have to eat salad, or you have to like eat a certain something to get you skinnier.
I think like the idea of what beauty is or like health it's always changing. Like the beauty standards are always changing, and like even like in the next year it's probably gonna change. Like, you know, everyone, and it has to do with culture too, because people here in the West, like Western culture, like I think the thing is like slim thick, like, you know, that's like the ideal. When in Asia it's like super skinny, you know, like no fat at all, like, you know, but then there's other people in the world that think that we're the ideal body, which is not, like, you know what I mean, it's just not realistic. So I feel like I think you become more insecure when you're comparing yourself to like the mass media or like whatever you see on social media. Like if for me, like the worst thing to do when you're trying to get healthy or be better, you know, fitness wise, is to be on social media. I mean, there are parts of it, like, I mean, you have to, if you need to look for a workout video on YouTube, like you know, that's some guidance, that's definitely a good tool. But when you start to think that is what my body is supposed to look like, and that's your kind of your only motivation, you kind of like discredit your own unique body. Like I did Chloe Ting during COVID,
Of course.
and you know, she has a snatched body, but I don't have her body. Like I don't have her bone structure, and I really appreciated that. Like where she mentioned that throughout her videos, like, you know, we have different bone densities, different heights. So yeah, I appreciate when people, you know, also acknowledge that, you know, the results may be different. And when I was on the journey of losing weight, like I learned that there's different body shapes, like pear and like apple.
Oh,
and
yeah,
like,
the chart.
yeah,
I was like,
hourglass.
oh.
And it actually is kind of helpful. Like I love that there's not just one category, you know, because it's true, like not every workout works out for everyone.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, and your metabolism is different. Like there's so much about us that is like different from each other. So yeah.
Slay. This is so good. Oh my god.
Also, the food is so good.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I hope you guys don't hear us chewing. I'm like chewing back here.
Yeah.
But the one thing I did want to mention was like body
Yeah.
positivity. That whole movement happened during COVID. Because
Oh, did
everyone
it?
was more conscious
shoot.
with their health, and like everyone was at home. You can only really do at-home videos to work out. But there is another concept called body neutrality, which I feel like I resonated more with, because I'm gonna butcher it, but like body positivity is basically saying like this, like I love my body, and I don't want to say this in like a mean way, but like even people who are obviously obese and have not been taking care of their body will use that as the standard. Like body positivity is more talking about appearance, as to body neutrality is saying I love my body in this moment and it could change, but I'm loving it in the process that it is now. You know what I mean? Like, and it's far beyond just appearance. It's like I appreciate, just say like for instance, when we go through our periods, my guys, when we go through our periods, our bodies change. Like, we're a little bit more bloated.
Yes.
Our face is a little, you know.
More sleep.
Yeah, sleep deprived.
So
you know,
true.
but I used to hate how my body looked during my period. But body neutrality is saying like, no, we can be grateful how our body is because we know that we are healthy and still have our periods and still our body is doing what it's supposed to be doing. So yeah, I think I enjoy that concept a little bit more, where I can love my body now and still have enough grace for me and not have to compare it to where I feel like it should be appearance wise, if that makes sense. Yeah. But I totally butchered that. I'm sure there's a better definition of it.
No, I think I've heard of. Okay, I probably saw it on Instagram or something about the body neutrality thing. So that is it's a better definition of the whole like body positivity that you body positivity.
Yeah, it's like not even saying like like this is my like I love my body. Like it's also saying, sorry, I shouldn't be eating with my mouth full.
ASMR.
But also saying like, dude, my body is not how it used to be, and I'm kind of disappointed, and I probably let myself go, and I'm gonna embrace that right now, and I'm gonna make the decision to make better choices tomorrow. You know, rather than saying like, you know, kind of like putting it under the rug that, dude, like you obviously have not taken care of yourself. Yeah. You know, and it's okay to come to terms with that and accept that and be open about that. I think that's the best way to move forward, you know, in your health journey. And not be in denial and get affirmations from people saying, "Oh yes, girl, like you look great." Like,
true.
You know
yeah. I got it.
Yeah. So not really looking for affirmations of what social media is saying, what your friends are saying, but actually being comfortable in where the state you're in now and accepting of that. You know. So.
Yeah, like we've said, we only have one body, so we gotta take care of it as much as we can. Okay, hey guys, we're back. We just had some technical difficulties. Before we go back into our topic, Aleena wanted to talk about Japanese food.
How do I set that up?
It's like, I'm gonna be straight up. Yeah, take it away, Aleena.
Oh my. Yeah, it's good that we're eating some Japanese food. We have some like karaage chicken today, and then some different various sushi. But I just watched like sushi rolls, a video on Japanese like wellness and like some tips that this lady was sharing about compared to Japanese culture compared to her life living in America now. And one of the things that she was saying is like, you know, when people say like itadakimasu, they're not just like thinking but the food. I didn't know this, but they were also thinking like, you know, the farmer who initially picked it and the person who prepared their food and the person who brought it to the table, like all the little steps that it took for your food to arrive right in front of you. So I thought that was really nice to hear and to be really mindful and grateful for the food that we're eating. And then also they have like this not rule, but I think it's like a suggested guideline, but they eat until like they're 80% full. So I'm trying to be more mindful on how satiated, like the feeling of satiety, how full I feel when I'm eating. So then she was saying the benefits of that is you don't get bloated, and it's easier for your body to digest, and it's easier for you to sleep, because if you're bloated, it's kind of hard to sleep. So, so I thought that was just a really nice little tidbit that I heard recently. So, yeah.
Oh, that's kind of... Okay, good thing we got sushi then. Sushi, and we were all craving it, so great timing.
No, that's true. Yeah, being more mindful of what we're eating, not just like health-wise, but like... Because sometimes we be eating while we're doing work, while we're, you know, multitasking, and we don't really take account of like how much we just ate, or, you know, so yeah, that's really important. Just being grateful for the food in general, because I feel like, especially here, like food is so abundant, and so easy and accessible that we take it for granted sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, talking to the mic.
Oh, hello. Did you hear me?
It's okay. You can angle it closer to
Yes.
Slay, because I like what you're saying.
I just didn't want you to hear my chewing.
Girl, it's part of the episode today.
Experience.
Warning, ASMR. We were talking about the positive neutrality.
Yeah.
So, why should we pivot towards positive neutrality than having to be like positive body positivity? Like, yeah,
I
cause
guess it's better for me to explain if I share my experience.
oh yeah, well that was gonna be my next question if you guys are comfortable.
Yeah,
So
of course. So I grew up very athletic, just from background. I was always involved in something like a sport. I was always like the most athletic in my school growing up.
oh,
I don't know if you guys remember like the presidential, like physical.
Yes. Michelle
Really?
Obama.
Yeah.
Michelle
I got
Obama.
it every year.
Yes.
Oh wow, son of all.
Yeah, physical education presidential award or whatever. Like literally, I think it was just, I don't know, maybe at that time, like people were just overtly obese in America. So I think they were really trying to have the kids in America like go out. Like even on Disney, remember, like they would have breaks, so you can't watch. You have to go play outside.
Oh.
We need to bring that back.
Bruh. Earth Day or a play outside day.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. So I would say I was pretty fit, pretty healthy, because I was so active, and you were kind of forced to be active in school anyways, up to senior year. But it's like once you leave high school, like your body changes because, you know, your food is a little bit more accessible. Like you're able to eat out. You have a job.
Oh my God,
you make
yeah.
money. Jobs and like and everything else gets stressful, and so of course, and even COVID happened too. So, you know, I did gain, I think maybe like 10 pounds since high school. And yeah, there was a time, like even when life was good, like even if like I was, you know, doing well in my job and I was getting enough money to provide what I need to take care of myself, you know, my body may have not shown that, I guess, because it wasn't how it was. And I think when it really went bad was when I would like go to, you know how it is, guys, like the family gatherings.
Oh,
Yes.
bruh.
Did you eat, Pauline?
The toxic culture that
Yeah.
is kind of brought to these family gatherings. Like you see them like once a year, twice a year, and they're like, "Oh, you got big," and I'm like, "Thanks." Like, how are you? Like, that's the first thing they bring up. That's like one of the only conversations you get from these titas sometimes, which is like, "Do you have a boyfriend?" And you got big. And you know, it did affect me because I was like, dang, like, you know, even when internally I'm super happy, like things are going well, it's just health, you know, my appearance on the outside just wasn't a priority as much. And you know, those are the things you don't just like tell them on the spot. Like that's months and years of just, you know, cultivating, and like sometimes you not even knowing. And then there was one tita that really like was like, yeah, you got big, you should work out. And I don't know, maybe it was like hormone. I like held my breath. I was just like not gonna say anything. And then I like wore a dress or something to some party, and then there was another loved one, which I won't mention, but she said, "Are you pregnant?" And I'm like,
OMG.
that like tore something in me that did not do good. And so then I like went to the gym like nonstop. I was
God.
yeah, I probably lost weight, like the fastest I've ever lost weight in that time, but I had with the wrong motive. And so but I was doing it, you know, I showed up, I was eating less, I was, I guess, being more mindful, but I can't say that that was for the good reasons or for myself. And so it was funny because I saw that same person like later in the year.
Oh, hey, Tita.
And she didn't say anything.
Oh.
And you would think like yourself would feel good, like, yeah, look at me, like, but she didn't even mention anything about how I looked, right? And so that was just kind of a lesson to me that at the end of the day, like, people just project, you know, whatever they feel on the inside of their insecurities. And I really let that lady affect my daily life, you know, and just seeing how I saw. I have so many pictures of mirror selfies of me, like throughout that time. I don't even take mirror selfies anymore, just because like I was more conscious, and I was like, okay, how much did I lose today? Like that's just such a controlling mindset, and like it's just not sustainable. And so then I went back to working out, but it was no longer for that lady. It was more so like, hey, I just like really killed it. Like I was so disciplined. Like I was able to keep up with that. But it was like a roller coaster because sometimes when you go too hard in the gym, and you kind of depend your happiness based on how you look, you go through relapses sometimes. So I stopped like going too hard on myself and going too hard on working out because you really have to keep yourself in check. Like, why are you doing it? You know?
That's true.
So, yeah.
Yes, that's why rest days are important.
Yeah,
Oh my
love
God,
a
yeah.
rest day.
Rest days. That's so funny you say that because this week it was like there was volleyball on Tuesday and I was like, oh, I'm
so
gonna,
sore.
you know, I'm sore. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym the next day. I didn't go to the gym next day, so I was like, oh, okay, I do need a rest. Let me like work it out in my schedule and things like that. And then I like when you mentioned about like the wrong motives. I kind of had the wrong motive too when I started going to the gym. It was probably because, well, for one, I didn't see myself being as active as I usually was in high school. Because, like, after you graduate, it's like the whole, like, freedom. You can do whatever you want. You're getting your own job and stuff like that. And then, like, I've noticed, like, other people are still, like, playing a sport and, like, being active. And it made me think, like, oh, my God, should I do that too? Like, am I wrong for not, like, going back into the sports of like playing volleyball and stuff like that? So there was that motive, and then the other motive was like the person I was dating at the time. He went to the gym.
Oh, yeah.
Hi,
I
if you're
can relate to
watching.
that. I
Yeah,
can
he went to the
relate
gym
to
like every morning, and then one day I was like, oh my God, like we should go to the gym together. I did not like it one bit. And I think there was a time when I was like comparing myself, like, oh my God, like I'm not as fit as him. Like I don't feel so confident in my body if I'm like going to the gym with like a person who's been going and I just started. So that made me like, I don't know, like when we broke up, it like motivated me to go to the gym, but that was the wrong motive. Like being like motivated by other people, that's like not the motive that you should have. So I think once I started going or like realizing like, oh, I can go for myself, I started being consistent. And like I think, well, I stopped going for a little bit, but then I started going again like a month ago. So I feel more better like going to the gym and being a little bit motivated for myself.
Yeah.
So it's like I have more confidence just like going by myself.
Yay!
Yes.
Thanks.
Fitness
I hope he's not watching this. Oh my gosh.
Oh, whoa. What was the question?
Oh, it was like, well, the question
I
was,
guess what's your experience?
what's the
with
experience?
your body in general?
Yeah, so I feel like, you know, COVID is like a time that a lot of people had like to themselves, right? So actually during that time is when I started my fitness journey, and I was studying at the same time, and I was like, oh, like I need to do something other than just sit in front of my computer doing my homework or reading my textbook. So I have a treadmill in like my basement, and then I just like started walking on it. And you know how like when you go out to dinner, you take like a little walk around like the lake, or you know, or you know, I was like, oh, I just like miss that feeling, just being able to take a good walk, like back to the car, like after a nice dinner. So then I was just like, oh, I'll just like walk here on the treadmill. Like, what else is there to do? I can't go outside. Like, we're like prohibited. And then it just kind of like turned into more things. I was like, oh, I like how I feel, and I like how my clothes fit me, and I'm just gonna continue doing this because it makes me feel really good. And I remember like I was in my high school, and then we had like 3 flights of stairs, and then I was like, oh, like I hate, like I'm like reaching for air, like when I'm all the way at the top. I was like, why do I feel this way? Like the shortness of breath. I was like, you know, I'm like carrying a heavy backpack too, so like maybe that's why. But I just want my stamina to like be better.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, if I can do this on the treadmill and be consistent about it, I feel really good. And I feel like when you go up the stairs, you just feel like a little bit lighter. Like you have little, what do you call this? Like pip to your step.
Oh, yes, a little
Pep in your step.
confidence.
Pep in your step.
Pep in
Yeah.
your step.
Then you just feel like a light fairy or something.
Oh my god.
And then I was like, oh, okay, this is nice. And then I started to do like, of course, back to my sit-ups. I was like, yes, I'm gonna get this bod. And then I'm gonna wear like tank tops, and I'm gonna wear like crop tops or whatever. And then I was like, oh, actually, this is nice. And then like when I take pictures, I don't absolutely hate it, and I don't delete it right after. Like I was like, oh, I like this picture. And then I was like, you know, I'm gonna keep this feeling going, and I'm gonna be consistent about it. So throughout COVID, that's when I was really like on top of my game, because I was like, oh, like it's just who's gonna take care of myself if not me? So
Period.
yeah, that's when I started doing using those weights just to do like rows for arms.
Dumbbells?
And yeah, dumbbells, and do some squats, of course, just so your pants fit nicer.
Slay. That's what's up.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shoot, like my arms, they could be a little bit more toned when I wear those tank tops. I was like, okay, those are what the rows are for. And then we have like a crunch machine that I do sometimes, so I like how that feels. And I can tell, like after a while of not doing it, I was like, oh, I can tell like my body craves like going to the gym. Like it's a good feeling. It's a and it gives you a lot more energy. It makes you realize how long your days are, and it makes you sleep a lot better. So that's just like one of the things that is like a building block to how you feel at the end of the day, and how you wake up for the next morning. Like you prepared yourself to have a great day like that. So of course, like I'm chasing that feeling like all the time. And you know, I love looking good, of course.
Slay. That's what's up.
That's because, yeah, that's how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
But I did like a gym membership, and I was like, oh shoot, I'm not consistent, but because like I have a lot of work. But I have to remind myself, like, you know, work is not your top priority. It's God, family, and then like school and work, and then all the other stuff that follows.
Yeah.
So just being mindful about your priorities and why you're doing it is very important. Like you said, like the motives. Like if you're doing it for another person, like, yeah, maybe you will feel like a somewhat of like an unfulfillment. But if you're really like but like doing it for yourself is also very important as well, because this is your temple that you have to take care of. So yeah, that's been my experience, and I just love trying new things like yoga and cycling and tennis, everything.
Yeah, and I think like you said, at the end of the day, it really comes down to just showing up.
Oh yeah.
And I guess my follow-up question for you guys is, okay, what if you were on this regimen and this routine, and you didn't show up, and you were just didn't feel it one day? How has your relationship to not working out or not being consistent been? Because I used to be so hard on myself if I didn't show up, so I would like work harder the next day, which I guess is a method, but like if I can't even like give myself enough grace that like, hey dude, you just spent hours studying, like it's okay to not have to work out today. Or you know, or maybe you were trying to be consistent in your diet, and then you just wanted to eat some cake one day. Like, do you feel guilty then? Like, what is your relationship to, I guess we would see it as failure, but is it failure to you guys, or what is it?
Wait. I think there would be days when I'd be hard on myself, because when there's days where I'm supposed to go to the gym, I'm like, oh yeah, it's like a great way for me to like start the day. But then there might be days where I'm like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym, but then like the rest of my day is like ruined. So because when you mentioned like if you didn't go to the gym one day, but you would go like a little bit like longer than usual the next day to make up for it, I can feel that too, because you're like trying to catch up yourself. But then you have to remember that you should have your rest days. So even though you don't like go to the gym or do any workout, it's okay, because you want to like give your body a break, so it doesn't like, you don't want to like strain something or like break your ankle or like do something and then regret it later. So it's for me, maybe it's like giving myself more grace to it, because I still have the rest of the day. It's like I only go to the gym in the morning, but it's like I have the whole rest of the day to make it better. So yeah.
True, yeah. And I think I really have to learn how to listen to my body too. Like, I was like, oh, like, I'm tired, I don't feel like going. And I think one of the things I learned in yoga, it's like, you want to work out, right? It's not like you're here because you have to work out, right? It's like you want to work out. So then I started having that mindset. I was like, oh, if I don't go, it's okay, because like if I really wanted to go, I would go. But you just have to know that you're working towards another thing in your life, whether that's like a project for work, or if you're showing up for one of your friends or your family, building that relationship, or if you're catching up on your sleep. Because if you don't take your breaks, then your body will take the break for you at maybe a time that you don't want. So yes.
Well, that is kind of scary. Like your body is like telling yourself, like,
like stop that.
Yeah, stop that. And you're like, oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, overworking. I don't like to overwork.
Yeah, I think
100%.
it's good to have a good balance of having enough grace, but like acknowledging and making sure that you're not just making excuses either. Because like, I think it's just little habits that we do. And like I said, like not going too hard in the beginning. Like, just say you haven't been working out for maybe like 2 months and you want to come back, which is great. But we push ourselves, like we assume that we're as strong as we were 2 months ago. We have the same endurance, or but sometimes that's just not the case. And I think what's really been helpful is to start slowly. And also find what works best for you. Like, there are works out that are not meant for us that other people can do.
Oh no, yeah.
And like slowly trying to just be mindful and try to be active, even if it's not a full-on workout. I think just being active every day is important. So my mom and I have been like doing dance videos in the morning. So it's like we've been bonding while at the same time, like she's getting older and I'm like, Mom, like you gotta take care of yourself, and I'm not shaming you or anything. It's just like I think you would thank yourself as well. And so I think she just needed that extra motivation. So like I put like BTS.
Oh my god, that was so funny when you put that.
I was like, I'm not a fan of K-pop, but she does, and she likes it, and so we both like dancing. So we just like, if you really wanted to, you'll make a way. Yes. You don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. if that's not you, if you're not a morning person. If you're an evening person, you can do that, It's when we always make excuses, that's when we should really be concerned, I was saying, I do want to hear the perspective of guys, though. Like,
Oh, yeah.
'cause obviously, biologically, they're different, and they're built differently. And I want to know, like, what their journey is, and whether they feel pressured. I'm sure they feel the same type of pressure, societal pressures, but maybe for another episode.
And then maybe it's like, all right, come on out. Come on out. Gil and Muk, they're actually here right now in the backyard.
We need to get guys. Come on, please come to the podcast.
That'd be so funny.
We want to learn from you guys. I know you guys can't relate to periods and like a women's body and everything. But anyways, my question was.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
My question was, how has your, we talked about like kind of our roller coaster of our health journey, our fitness journey, clothes. You mentioned that in the beginning. How has your relationship been with clothes and shopping and looking in the mirror and finding your size? Like, how has that been for you guys?
I love this question. Because I love to look good in clothes. And there's so much clothes that my mom has saved over the years. She's like, I'm going to save this for my anak when she gets older and she's like my size. And I'm like, yes. I eat that up every time. So I love trying them on. She's like, oh, I was that size before. Ay, mom, please. Yeah, you know, women's bodies, they change all the time. Like, same for mine. Like, sometimes I'll be like, oh, like, you know, like when the high-waisted pants came in, I was like,
God,
oh, perfect,
yeah,
perfect. Yeah, it'll like hide my little pooch. And then I was like, oh, low-rise jeans are coming back. I gotta work on that.
I can't with that.
Yeah, so yeah, I feel like just the trends and like participating them. I gotta be ready, you know. I can't be caught slacking. You know? But I don't know. Like it's what do you call this? Yeah, especially because like with our ages now and like being able to dress like more maturely, and I was like, oh, what do you mean this looks like a high schooler wear it, or like a college student would wear it, not a girl in corporate America would wear it. I was like, oh shoot. So yeah, getting older, I feel like I shouldn't show as much skin, but you know, you only have like this, you're only as young as you are like right now, so I'm just like, why not?
Wrinkly.
Yeah, before
no
we
wrinkles.
start
Oh
to
my God.
sag, like come on.
Hey, yo, sag. I don't want to sag.
I don't want to
no.
sag either.
Oh, Lord.
What about you, Mary?
Well, I noticed, like, my shirts before, like my Uniqlo shirts. I don't know how I fit into them. It was like an extra small and an extra small.
Crop top.
I was like, how did I fit in this? Because
I'm like, what?
yeah,
Who owned this?
I tried to I think I tried to wear something one day and I was like, oh my God, wait, why is this so tight? Because I've noticed like I've gained some weight and stuff like that. But yeah, I noticed like how small my clothes were. It was so weird because I was like, oh, like I used to wear this like all the time and now like it doesn't fit. But I've kind of embraced like wearing like something bigger, like mediums and larges, and like the whole like comfy look. So I'm like, oh yeah. I think lately my choice of clothing has been more of like comfort than of style, which is perfectly fine.
Really? I think it's
Utility.
stylish still.
Really?
Yes.
No, that's because of Muck Muck, bro. That's literally because of Muck Muck.
Yeah.
But it's still, I don't know. There's days where like, oh, I wish I fit in my pants or like my cargos, because I do still have like a few pairs of like
And
jeans.
then joints expensive.
Yeah, it's like I want to buy new ones, but like I think I can get back to that size. So that's like that's also another motivator. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's slow. I think slowly. It's very slow, but like
Yeah.
I'll get into them eventually.
Yeah.
So
That's a good motivator.
Pauline, how about you?
One, I hate shopping, especially after like I gained some weight. Like it's impossible for me to find really good jeans, or maybe just because I don't like spending so much on like pants in general. So cargos have been really great for me. Sweats have been a really great thing. You know, back then you get like skinny jeans or like whatever, like and I've gone up a few what's it called, sizes, but yeah, I hated going to the dressing rooms because I always would feel disappointed in myself.
yeah.
Like I really hated it. Like I don't go shopping in general because of that reason, but I found that it's only because I was shopping for the body that I was before, you know? And so it's not sustainable for, or like it doesn't make sense for me to try to force myself to in the style and in the clothes that I used to wear. I mean, even then, like some of it is not even my personality back then, you know? And I feel like I'm the opposite. Like I think working with kids has definitely helped me in my journey for fashion, for expressing myself, for comfort. Like I'd just be wearing like color now. Like I used to not wear color. I wear like daisies, and like I have like my new thing is earrings, and so I would get like the most corny but cute like earrings, so like big and like really bold, and that was not me a long time ago. But I feel like if I look back on it, and there's a season for everything, but I think back then I just really was in a rush to mature, you know, and that really showed in how I would dress and how much I would show. And now I'm like, I love the comfort, I love the color, you know, I love the statement and just expressing. And yeah, so you know, it was very unfair for me, but you know, I give myself grace and forgive myself for that, for making myself think that I had to be who I was in high school. And actually I've grown so much since high school, so why would I want to even emulate or copy what I was before? That's so true. And so that has helped me go to you know, to stores now and just be more open. I think back then I was so close-minded on what to wear because I was trying to fit like a certain way I wanted people to perceive me. And then I mean, again, being a teacher really helps because it's like you're not really pleasing anyone, you're just with kids who really don't care what you wear. So that has really helped me like just enjoy whatever, you know. And so I used to have like one favorite color. Now I've like have so many different colors.
You love all the colors now.
Yes. And I'm learning more styles of dresses now that actually fit me, because you know how it was before, like the pencil skirts and the peplum, like
no, not the pencil skirt. Oh god.
Yeah, just that you know was so limiting, and I don't care for the trends now. Like I really don't. I don't look at people's outfits. Like I don't shop. I thrift. So whatever catches my eye and I feel like would enhance or like highlight my body, then I'll get that. It could be from 30 years ago to, you know, the trends of today, but it doesn't, I really don't care for trends at all. And I've never been a brand person anyways, so yeah, I feel like I've been through many phases, but that's a cool thing too. Like I'd rather know that than just stick with one thing. So
it's okay. The trends these days is just jeans and a white shirt. That's literally it.
So you can't depend on them because they're always changing. The trends are what was a thing 20 years ago, and now they're coming back.
Everything
and now
recycles.
Us Gen Z are claiming it, but it wasn't even ours. Like it's just at this point, it does not matter. It
doesn't matter.
2014 bows is now croquette.
Oh my god, the bows. Remember when we would wear
Ariana Grande?
Yeah. Oh my god. Or the flower crowns. Do you remember flower crowns?
Yes. And varsity jackets. They're kind of like
they're
you can pull
coming
it off
back
now.
Yeah. It's vintage.
Bucket hats.
I remember, wasn't there like a skater skirt or something like that?
Oh my god.
Skater skirts.
Or like
the high-low skirts.
Yeah. I remembered like, there was like it was like a crop top and then you wear a skirt.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Yes, with the like stripes.
Yeah.
The striped long skirt.
That was crazy.
Toms.
Oh, Toms. Oh my god, I still have my Toms. That's fucking funny.
Toms. Imagine it's 2014.
Oh my
You're
God.
getting ready for school.
Oh,
you lay
no,
out
no.
your Toms, your skater/circle skirt, and your
Oh my god, the circle skirt.
and it's Coachella season. It's April, so you're wearing your flower crown tomorrow.
Oh no. Oh
And your
wait.
and your IMAX glasses with the lens.
Your
the
3D
lens popped out.
glasses.
Oh gosh.
Popped out.
Oh
Bro,
my gosh. That
And
was
to add a little
it's
color, you
2012.
get your nail polish and like do the sides.
right.
Oh my
Who said that
God.
was a trend? Who said that was
See, that's
cool?
what we
Like
can't- I mean, you know, when
that's-
you're younger, it's like your only world is middle school. Like you have no idea that, you know, and we don't think our parents know better. Like, dude, the jackets my mom would tell me to wear because it was so cold and I didn't want to wear it because I didn't want to wear a big jacket because
Yes.
that's not cool.
I hate wearing
It's
jackets.
what I wear now. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like the puffy.
yeah,
We
I rather
hated the
have
puffy
that.
jackets.
Yeah, they're suffocating.
Now that's, I mean,
It's a trend. I mean,
they're
what's trending now?
They're
Yeah.
bigger than they should be right now.
Yes.
Yeah, look like
The
marshmallows.
puffier, the bigger now. the
Yeah,
better.
so
gosh.
moral of the story is like, you know, as much as you can, don't fall for trends. Like, do actually take the time to figure out and learn more about your body and what flatters your body and the things that you're actually into. Which, you know, is not really the things we learn when we're younger. It's like we want to try to mute ourselves as much as possible. We don't want to stand out too much. Just like have no one, bother with commenting on how we dress. And so
That's so true.
yeah.
Oh my god. Can you believe it's been like 5-6 years since like high school? Do you realize that?
Wow.
Like it would be
And
10
it's only
yeah,
like
it was,
what 3-4 more years until reunion.
reunion. Speaking, I don't know if we're gonna do a reunion honestly for
I
my
don't know
high
who's setting
school.
that up,
So I don't think. Do you think you're gonna have one, Aleena?
Oh, I don't know. I think
Like,
that'd be
go
fun.
to it?
I mean,
I would go to it.
I'd go, but like
I'd go.
I don't know. I mean, I still see people from high school, so I say hi.
I'd go and people watch. Like, I'm not there to be like, hey guys, like I am doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. Like,
Promoting yourself.
who are you, gal?
Girl,
Who are you guys
I'm just here
kidding?
for the food, bro. It's like, come on.
I'm here to
Oh,
see if they're
wow.
still together.
Oh, my
Oh,
God,
yeah.
That would be fun to watch.
Dude.
But it's just crazy, like the girls that we used to kind of put on a pedestal or trying to like aspire to look like it's just like it doesn't matter anymore. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you say pedestal, I was like thinking about like the YouTubers I used to watch. Actually, I don't know. I can't really remember off the top of my head because it was more of like all the Asian creators that I was watching. But like most of them were pretty fit and like skinny. Or like medium. I don't know. But like, yeah.
I know this is kind of like backtracking, but what were
What?
your guys' insecurities?
Girl, let me tell you. Just kidding.
Where's my list?
Probably.
It's like a scroll.
It's like, let me show y'all. It's like a scroll and then it goes off the table. Like, number 1. I'm just kidding. I can start. Probably it's still kind of insecurity. It's probably my inner thighs. That's one.
Me
Because it's
too.
like, they always rub. So I'm trying my best to like get that part of my legs toned up. So it's not rubbing and I can just walk freely. So that's one
But
insecurity.
it's
But
also like your
yeah.
hip, like how wide your hip set is or something.
Oh, really?
That's what it has to do with as well.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, how wide your hips are and how, because like if your hips are wider, your legs, your thighs won't rub against each other as much.
Oh.
Right? Isn't that so interesting?
That is interesting, yeah.
Which we can't fix.
Yeah.
So I gotta strap up, guys. I gotta strap up. Yeah, I think that's it.
It could be anything body related, even facial. It could be height.
Girl, everybody loves our height, so you cannot complain.
We're fun
depends,
size.
We're fun size. Come on
Oh,
now.
that was my Instagram.
OMG, of course it was.
Oh yeah.
I hate
Oh my
that.
God,
I hate that.
I totally forgot about that. That is
What
so
was the
funny.
saying? I'm not sure I'm fun size.
Tumblr days. Oh no.
Oh, Tumblr's so toxic too. Your
Yeah.
body image, you know.
Oh my god.
I think one of my insecurities is like, I had really short legs and like I think a lot of women in Asia too just have like big calves in general. So
Oh my
ballet
God.
flats were not for me.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Who said we can have big calves?
Yeah.
Dude, I couldn't even get those long boots. Well, I don't think it's for our height anyways, or depending on
the
what
knee-high
your left-
boots, it doesn't fit
It didn't
my
close, bro.
I know.
My calves are like warrior calves.
Yes.
Warrior.
It's our parents walking
No,
over
for
the
sure.
mountains to school.
For sure.
Not over the mountains. They're treacherous journeys.
Oh my god.
Yes. That will build your calves up for sure. Yeah, I think they just pass down our strong leg genes, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but I'm thankful for my legs. They take me to beautiful places.
Yes.
They allow me to
Period.
see beautiful flowers and
Love
people
that.
and architecture. So I love my legs now.
You can line dance.
I can line
line
dance.
dance.
September.
Keep it shuffle.
Keep it shuffle.
Oh my God.
Electric slide.
Electric slide. Those are
my
good.
God.
Oh, and the double chin.
You used to, or you?
Well, like in middle school, I got a little chubby, right? So nobody pull up pictures from middle school. Oh my gosh,
Okay.
Actually, well, yeah, I'll send it to you guys. So
Okay.
yeah, Yeah, but people before they would take selfies and they would emphasize their double chin, right?
Oh,
Remember those days?
like the derp faces.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you would leave your phone out,
That's
somebody
like
would
the
take
go-to.
spam selfies with their double chin, right?
Yeah.
That's what me and my friends would do just to troll each other. But then I was like watching this YouTube video. I was like, okay, this girl talks about how to always get her jawline. So like my lifestyle now, like I sleep with my head elevated, so like my pillow like I sleep, like I try, if I'm not sleeping on my side, I'm sleeping with my head slightly elevated. So I always have to have a pillow that's not like a flat pillow. And if it is a flat pillow, I will fold it in half so it's like more elevated. Yes, so because I don't want to have a double chin. I want my neck to be, I want it to be distinguished. This is so dumb, but
That's real.
that's what we grew up, I guess, like how it was.
No, for sure.
Double chin.
Yeah. Mine were kind of still is, but I don't care as much. But like my arms, they used to be way more toned, but yeah, they're just, I don't know, they're not my fave. I definitely have like wider, what do you call it? Shoulders, which I also wasn't a fan because I would get, I would fit a small, but like it's too tight here. Oh, yeah. I'm like, but then I'm like, girl, it's just because you're strong. Like you're just you've been in the gym, and I'm like, okay. And then also, I used to not be a fan of my thighs, but I think my butt and my thighs are probably my highlight at the same time.
Okay.
That I know, because it's just like some girls want this. But that same girl wants what you have, and it's just like,
that's so true.
Just learning to love, what was gifted to me.
Yes.
So yeah, it would be that. So, and then I think, the acne thing growing up during,
acne.
puberty, like I was so insecure about that, and I think one of the biggest factors, and it could be genetics, as to why my skin has cleared up so much is just because I stopped wearing foundation.
You wore foundation?
I used to in when I didn't, like,
Girl,
why
I
did
didn't
we
even
need
notice.
foundation in middle school and high school? Like,
Didn't even notice.
like stop doing that.
Really?
But yeah, acne, I was super insecure, and like you didn't know that, like, I would do the thing, go on YouTube when YouTube was like the go-to, like there was only
how
a
to
few
make up.
videos, and even how to cover your acne, like, or how to get rid of them before we had these cute like patches we have now.
Oh yeah.
There would be like toothpaste or like
toothpaste.
at home remedies, or like baking soda, or like lemon, like so many. And like I watched Michelle Phan, and she did like the egg.
Wait, what was that? Wait, what is that? What is that?
She put raw egg on her
raw
face.
egg to like tighten and
Brother.
like
Brother.
Dude, that was what I looked up to, man.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I would do the most to like just try to not what I thought was ugly, I hated my nose, the Filipino nose, and I'm like, like I don't have the worst Filipino nose.
I know. What's she talking about, bro? What is she talking about?
What else? I hated my forehead. Like, I was just like, I can't. But now I'm like, no, I think I love where my skin is at now, and I love the, what do you call it, complexion of my skin now.
She's glowing, guys.
She's glowing. Hey.
Some days. What else was I insecure about? Y'all don't have anything else?
Yeah,
I guess
skin.
Skin?
Yeah, skin is a big one. That's your biggest organ in your whole body. Right? Can you fact check me?
I think they call
Probably is.
Yeah, because I had really, oh my gosh, it's so sad to talk about, like, but I kind of shared, like, my skincare journey in one of my old YouTube videos.
Oh yeah.
Like, when I was like, when I was 19, like my acne was so bad, and then I'm doing that thing too. Like I'm always like covering up my face with like a lot of makeup, and then it it was too light for my skin type too. Yeah, I didn't know what bronzer was at the time. I didn't know how to like blend that in, and I was like using this pressed powder. It's like from the Philippines, and then it's like so pale just to like set it or whatever. And I was like, like I don't love this, and like when I was in high school, I think I had generally clear skin, maybe like a breakout like during my cycle. But yeah, when I got to college, I think it was all the stress and all the sugar I was consuming while
That's
working
true.
as a
All those
barista.
Baja Blasts.
Oh.
Started
Yeah,
levels.
and then when I figured out that sugar, like refined sugars, were bad for my skin, then I tried to limit that. And oh my gosh, and I really liked boba too, so it was really hard. But
Dude,
yeah,
boba.
now it's chill. Yo, chill.
I'll
What?
take the risk.
Oh, yeah,
Not
I'll take
tonight.
that.
But yeah, that's like one of the things that you might want to like cover up when you're not feeling 100% about it. Like, there's no so yeah, when those masks came in, I was like, oh, I'm breaking out on my cheeks. Oh, that's fine. I'm gonna just cover it up with a mask. Or, cause now I also get like pretty bad eczema, especially when the what do you call this, like the pollen comes in. Like that's one of the allergens that like flare it up, and I was like, oh no, like it's like on my chest, or like it's on my arms, or like the back of my knees too. That's like common places where, or like on my neck where like people will get eczema, and it's just like, bro, my body was not built for this environment. I'm an island gal. Yeah, I'm not like, I'm meant to like sweat and release all the toxins, you know. I'm not meant for this dry climate. Like it's making my skin like so dry and not yeah, so maybe I'll move to the beach when I'm older.
I see that.
Oh, we can go visit.
Yes,
see
of
that.
course. You can visit my beach house. Wow, amen, hallelujah. Yes, come. Oh,
That's so
by the
good.
beach. I'm an island gal.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of acne, I think when I got acne, I just pop it.
Yeah,
But then I just like regret it. But
yeah.
I don't know, because acne wasn't as bad for me, because I've noticed like, okay, if I like drink a lot of water and I wash my hands every time I come home, and like I wash my face after like brushing my teeth, like I learned a routine. So I was like, oh, okay, I can like, my acne wasn't as severe. But noticing, like, if I didn't do that routine, like, I can see the pimples, like, come out of my face. So it's like...
That's such a cool
Yeah.
observation. Because isn't it crazy that just a couple years ago, like, the makeup trends was that to cover as much as you can.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
to really blur your actual features. Like,
Yeah.
they really put their eyebrows in places it should not be. Like, you know, not naturally, or, like, putting... like hella bronzer and like just really, what's the word,
like
when you're like exaggerating
accentuate.
your face or yes, that
Accentuate.
word.
Oh, I don't think I said it right, but
Accentuate your
accentuate.
features.
Oh, enhance.
But now
Yeah.
like people are embracing, I guess, what has already been done in Asian culture, where it's like just really light, dewy, natural
Oh, yeah.
looking stuff. So it's just really interesting how that's changed over time. Like,
Oh, 100%.
and yeah, I just like, before was like a lot about covering and changing yourself. And I think I didn't have like horrible acne, but I knew that it would always come back, realizing that is because, you know, what do? You look at the ads and commercials back then, like everyone had like Neutrogena, like the, and now no one uses them. Joints, like they're probably one of the most harmful, you know, facial cleansers you can use. They were so harsh. Like I didn't even know what type of skin I had, so I was like completely stripping my face.
Yes,
you
of your
know?
natural skin barrier.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, guys, I don't use cleanser like every day. Like I like to let my skin do what it does. Like even the
Yes, that's
natural
right.
oils, we don't shower like
Yeah, that's
every
right.
day, you know, or every other day, because you want to let the natural stuff like take over. And I think before, you know, we would try to mute ourselves as much as we can. We would try to like what do you call it yeah, just like just regulate, you know, try to regulate as much as we can and take full control. And it's like sometimes when you're just not caring anymore, which is some case in college, like at some point you're like, I'm done waking up at 6 a.m. just to do my makeup. Like you need that extra sleep, you know, all of that. Yeah, so, and you don't feel the need to mask as much anymore, which is really freeing as an adult. But there are some adults that are still kind of in that, you know. state of mindset.
Don't conceal your freckles.
Freckles.
Freckles, yeah. Now people are putting it on like it looks so cute.
Dude, I wanted freckles so badly.
Yeah, they're cute.
But then, like, I think I tried to, like, oh, it's so cringy.
Oh my gosh, the what's it called?
What
the
is it?
eyeliner. Like,
Yeah, the eyeliner. I would have, like, a Crayola, like, air, like, paint activated, like, and like put it on my face.
Oh.
But then when I go to school, my friends are like, "Why do you have dirt on your face?" I was like, "No, there's supposed to be freckles, guys."
Not
So
you being
I kind of like,
dirty.
right? I had a phase. I think I'm so
Oh
glad
my
I'm just like
God.
enjoying. I enjoy what I have. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just also a big thing is like being surrounded being
Not terrible.
surrounded being surrounded by people who really could care less about how you like us, like we're just like chilling right now, you know. And I feel like the people that you hang out with also and are surrounded by have is a big factor in how you show up every day. So it's nice to have friends that like you could hang out and be glamorous and dress up with, and also be loungy with and not care at all and have messy hair and no makeup on at all. So
Okay, so as we are wrapping up this episode, I think it would be a great way for us to give us some advice to like our 12, 18-year-old selves.
Okay, so again, but I think I have a more clear answer now. If I were to look back at my 12-year-old self, what I would say to her is don't rush growing up, and don't look to your peers as inspirations of how you should look. There's a time for everything, and just embrace your youth, and also don't feel pressured to look a certain way, and also embrace the puberty phase. Like that part is so interesting in itself, just like your body is changing and your face is changing. And yeah, I think, you know, just to give yourself a little bit more grace in that. And then 17-year-old self, I would say check your motives, and ensure that you're doing this solely for, you know, the benefit of yourself and not just to seek validation or comfort for other people. Don't work out because someone else is competing with you or anything. I think the only competition you should have is with yourself. And yeah, just enjoy that time. Enjoy the time where you had so much agility and flexibility, because you probably won't in the next years, but you know, still have fun and embrace, you know, embrace where your body is at that point, because it's still changing, and still changing today as a 24-year-old. So yeah, that's it.
Yes. For my 12-year-old self, don't eat a salad, eat a pizza, please. Go outside and play basketball. Be active, because you are so young and you're super energetic at 12. So enjoy it. And 18-year-old Mary, you're good. You're doing good. So keep it up. Don't like try to appeal to others, because you're super unique in your own way. So you don't have to change the way you are right now. So
Yes, I would say learn to love your own body, because all the things that you might see other people doing, their results may vary. Like it will vary depending on the type of person and like the genes that they have, and just always see what works for you and try everything. Try different sports, try running outside, keep doing cartwheels because you really love gymnastics, and yeah, just try volleyball, basketball, tennis. Like try every sport, because you never know what situation you're gonna be in, where you're gonna like learn how to play a sport. So I would just really say try everything. And to my 18-year-old self, I would also say like Don't compare yourself to others, because comparison is the thief of joy. And I would also say, just research what works for you, and try it out. Try every thing and see what really works, because once you have that knowledge and once you research, then you can make your full complete decision on what plans you will take to feel great about being in your body, because this is the only body you have, and this is the temple that you should take care of. So,
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was such a fun topic. Thank you, Mary, for bringing that up. It's such an essential topic to have, especially as we grow older, especially if we have, younger audience who may be going through that and may feel a little bit insecure, especially as, the summer comes and, just our wardrobe changes. So a little bit more of our body, is being revealed. But, I think it's really nice to be able to gain perspective from one another, share each other's experiences, just to know that it's never a linear, journey. It's always going to be up and down. And, life is so much more than just aesthetics and just, uniform way, but also embracing the things that happen, on our journey that might cause us to go off track a little bit, and just embracing those moments of change in our life, in our careers and all that. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. If you made it this far, sorry again for the technical difficulties. This is literally our first podcast in so long.
Oh my God,
so
right.
yeah, technically we weren't as prepared as we usually are, but still we're so grateful for this conversation. Thank you, Aleena, for hosting us.
Thank you, Mary.
Such
I love
a
this topic.
loyal
Oh,
and
yeah,
fun ponder to have in our company. If you've enjoyed this podcast and this topic, please consider subscribing, and also following us on social medias, and also our email list. If you're in the DMV area, we'd love to connect with you in person. We have such a cool crew. We'd love to get to know you and grow with you. And so that's also how you can get some exclusive things and just some updates and some events. So yeah, that's really it. I hope you guys, are taking care of yourselves during this time and just really being intimate and intentional with your relationships, with how you're going to see and use this summer. We hope that it's full of joy, of lasting memories, of laughter, and of course just taking care of yourself. So we love you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to always love, to always be curious, and to always ponder. Bye.